What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dream a Little, the podcast that's all about helping you feel confident about your ABDL side. I'm your host, Lo. Thank you so much for listening. Today, we're continuing on with our chat with Mommy K and her boy D. If you missed episode number 172, I definitely recommend going back and listening to it. You don't want to skip it. As always, you'll be able to find links to all their social media accounts and paid sites in the show notes of this episode at thelittlelounge.com/173. That's thelittlelounge.com/173. You'll also find a link to my latest Nurturing Mommy roleplay there. Every week, I create a new episode of immersive roleplay so you can feel what it's like to have me as a mommy. So if you can really use a little help being little, be sure to check that out. All right, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's get started. Sounds like you guys are super busy. I mean, not only do you create content online, but you are parents. And so I'm just curious to know how people are so worried right now of just finding enough time to like wear a diaper when they have, a kid or whatever. So I'm just curious, like, are you guys just really good at like balancing your time and scheduling out times? Like, are you guys really routine oriented or something? And that's how you can do it?
Routine, definitely. And then I think my forte, because of my work, time management's been like one of my things. So it's kind of like a teamwork thing where we work together and we figure out this like time window. And like earlier in the podcast, and Kay had stated nap time. Like whenever the kid's down,
we get to play. and our kid has a bedtime too, so
we're limited within those windows because like absolutely like this is just me. Like I don't feel comfortable doing anything to do with it, even like if I'm just wearing, because I feel like I have ultimate responsibility, like as a parent, to be a parent, and that's my time to be a parent. So it's just this weird thing where it's like when the window opens up,
yeah,
then we engage in it. So
absolutely,
that time.
So you get scheduled in diaper and baby time for yourself.
Yeah, it works. I mean, I have no complaints.
I love that. I was really curious to hear about, that transition from just being a couple into, having your kid. I mean, was there a period of time where ABDL took a back seat, or was it always something that was part of it?
Yeah, it did take a back seat for a little while because the newborn stage is very difficult and all your time goes to your child. So like once our child like started like developing a routine more so, we got time to play.
That makes sense because at first it's like unpredictable, right? And you're not sleeping.
Yeah, you're just exhausted. You're a zombie.
And there was also the battle too of like while that was happening, I was away for work or schools for extended periods of time. So it was like this like back burner a little bit and then come back, and then there was like an adjustment period where I had to figure out how to parent, and it was like it was kind of rough. It was tough a little bit, but we ended up figuring it out and learning to balance it.
Would you say that those desires went away during that time just because you didn't have the energy, or did you still want to, you just didn't have the time?
We wanted to, but we didn't have the time nor the energy.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like the desire never went away.
Yeah.
Like, I was always anticipating. Like,
really?
When, yeah. I mean, there was a point in time where I suppressed it, at least from my side, where I suppressed it because of work, because there's a huge contrast to what I do. But there was times where like I suppressed it, and just because I had to be in the right mindset, and I can't think about it. So that was interesting, and I'm sure her being a lot of time parent, and it's just like this. But I can say the desire never truly went away. There's just like times where it was suppressed.
How long do you think it took to get into that routine where you guys could start, role playing again and having time as a couple for yourselves?
A few months.
Yeah,
it was a long few months. I don't know. Like I would still
we weren't cold turkey.
No, we weren't cold turkey, but it was very few and far in between. Like I'd still try to at least talk and put him in little space, but
And I had to have patience too. Because there was
yeah,
times where like
he wanted it like
I was
really
trying to like
bad.
expedite, I was like, oh, like come on, and there's just like, yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a lot of buffing out to do, but it
Yeah.
worked out.
Well, I'm curious to know, Kay, as someone who wasn't into this kind of like lifestyle before you met Dee, becoming like a new mother, did your desire ever, change, or did your point of view ever change once you became like an actual mother?
I feel like I don't know.
Did it get stronger,
Well,
maybe?
yeah, like
Yeah.
I kind of knew well, obviously it's separated, but I knew how to be a better like mommy figure and a mom. Like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Well, it brings out those
She took
maternal instincts naturally, right? When you give birth.
Yeah. Yeah, like I really went into like mom mode, but I don't know, I feel like it was natural
Yeah, because
in a
my
sense.
biggest concern is like, okay, well, if I'm taking care of a little one, like a real little one, all day, I could see how maybe at the end of the day I'd be like not really that interested,
Well, I
logically.
just look at the ABDL side. It's like more of like a connection between like him because I don't know, like as parents and everything, you still gotta have sort of connection to bring you two together, and that's what our relationship was kind of. I don't,
yeah, like
I'm so bad at describing things.
I'll try
I'm
to explain
sorry.
it. So like, we have our kid, and that's like I guess our time of being parents is like our time of like bonding and stuff. Like we'll go out and do things for the kid as a family. We'll like cook meals together. We'll have good conversations and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. And then like on the flip side, it's a huge contrast because then like whenever we have our free time, it's like 100%. It's like more of a what am I trying to say? Quality over quantity. So like it might not happen as frequent and as often as we would, or at least maybe I would like. I guess I can say that, but it's more like quality window. Whenever it does happen, it's quality, and I think the attributes of her being an actual mother, like she carries them over. So it's like more quality when it happens. I guess that's
Yeah.
probably the best way to put it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it's doesn't really need to be addressed, but being a parent, like a real parent, is obviously much different than caring for a partner
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
who's dressed as a baby.
absolutely.
I mean, to some point, if you were like, look, you need to just listen to me right now, like do what I'm saying, and like an adult will understand that, and he'll be like, okay, fine, like we'll move on from that. And like it's I know for me, it like recharges me, even though sometimes he's fussy or he's difficult. Like whereas with a real baby, it's like you can't control them or tell them what to do or
Yeah,
reason
they'll
with
just
them.
laugh in your face and just go back to doing whatever they want.
Yeah. Exactly. So I love that quality over quantity. And I feel like when it happens less often, maybe you appreciate it more and you take advantage of it more than you would if it was just, it could happen at any time,
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Well,
Right.
it seems like you guys have a really good balance on your kink life as parents. It's awesome and really gives me hope for, someday when I have kids. I guess I would just ask, Dee, do you have any advice for people who are maybe considering opening up to someone? I mean, obviously it worked out phenomenally for you for
Yeah.
the first time that you
Yeah.
ever told someone. But
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess my advice would my biggest thing, 'cause we get that question a lot, and I get that question a lot, and then she gets questions like, "What was it like on the receiving end?" But I guess my biggest advice would be is like try to find something outside of kink that really like ties you guys together, whether it's your personality or hobbies or interests or those types of things, and make sure those are strong. And when you open up about it to this person, like just try to be really patient with whoever it is you're opening up to. Just be patient. I know it can be hard sometimes or depending on how they take it too. Like I said, I like earlier in the podcast, I feel like I got a unicorn. I got really, really lucky. But I would say that there's probably a lot of other people out there that would be for sure accepting. It's just like I would highly, highly recommend like building that connection before stronger. So it's kind of like I guess a pillow. I don't know if that makes sense, but so that way when you do open up about this, portion, it's not a big deal. I guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal as if there was other issues going on before, or potential issues.
I get what you're saying. It's kind of like a safety net. Like you have a foundation to like fall back on, like, because it's not just built around diapers. As stupid as that sounds, diapers and
like a short fling, and then just saying, "Hey, I'm into diapers." Like that's why I was saying like the time process. Like learn to get to know each other. And you get, I guess, like for me, like when I got to know her, like I said, I was kind of like scouting her out. I was like, is she gonna be cool with it, or am I gonna get laughed at and it's gonna be bad? Because I was really like worried about that. It was a huge worry about me. And I know it stops a lot of people from opening up. So I'd say like not withhold anything from who you tell, but just kind of like I guess maybe choose wisely.
I agree. You can't just go off telling anybody, right? You got to really make sure that you, first of all, have chemistry and that this is something they like. I feel like most people you probably knew how she'd react somewhat, right? Like you had a good indicator that she'd either like it or not like it, I guess. Yeah. So Kay, what about for those partners who are just finding out about ABDL maybe and they're listening? I mean, like what advice would you give them?
You said for the partners?
Yeah, for the partners.
That are just being introduced?
Yeah.
I would say like just be open-minded to everything, and like little space. I'm sorry. So I think I'm getting like nervous talking now.
No, you're good. You're doing great.
I don't know. Like it really helps and brings connection to both. And like for someone being so vulnerable and opening up to you, you should feel special.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people just get nervous like to open up, and that's a big deal. And for the people who's like being skeptical on like if they should tell someone or not, or if they tell someone and it doesn't work out, like I would say don't give up, because there are people in this world that really don't know anything about ABDL, and they could be finding out something that they could really enjoy.
I know. I mean, it seemed to work out for you guys so well. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I will say, I think this is kind of rare where, it seems like your partner, like UK, like ends up loving it just as much as the person who was into it originally. But at the very least, I think that most people, if they love you for the right reasons, they're going to accept it, even if they don't want to necessarily play the mommy role or be directly involved with it.
Right.
Yeah. And then I guess I'd have one more thing to add too, because like it's a huge, like part of me. And I know like people sometimes try to navigate their way when their partner's not accepting. I don't know. I can't really add on to that because like I said, I got super lucky. But I know that like it would definitely like have like him a relationship if somebody was to be not accepting. So that's something to kind of like, it's like one of those things in life, like know what you want kind of things, and that for me at least, like that, like, I don't know, like that I think about it, like if someone's to not be accepting of it, I don't know if I can continue on.
Like you shouldn't have to hide yourself with like your significant other. I'm a firm believer.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you guys are proof that those desires aren't going to go away even when you have a big lifestyle change and you become parents together and your priorities change. Like that's still going to be in the background, as something you're going to want to do. And it's just always going to be a part of you for better or worse. So you might as well just be upfront and honest. Or, maybe if your partner doesn't necessarily like it, like my partner TK, he's not like maybe you can work out a deal where, you can baby someone on the side. Like, I don't know. You got to get your fix somewhere when you like, it's just always going to be a part of you, and it's not going anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or fortunately in your case, because you both ended up loving it. So, I mean, I'm just so happy for you guys, and I hope you continue making content for a long time, and I'll continue being a subscriber.
Oh, we appreciate it a ton.
Yeah, you guys are really good at what you do, and like it's just so awesome to be able to do what you love and also get paid for it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's fun. It's fun. And then like my thing is like I love photography, and like a little bit stepping into the cinematography world, but like it's fun applying a hobby to a kink, if that makes sense. So like we've talked about we got some huge plans whenever we can find babysitters and go venture out. But we got huge plans that like combining my photography and the beach and stuff. So that's something that
we definitely have a lot of ideas we want to play out.
Yeah,
I
and it's so much fun. Like it's fun making the content because it doesn't feel like we're like
working
something. It doesn't feel
like
like it. Like
a producer in the background with.
I know we just get excited about what we're doing when we're doing it, and then he's like, "Hold on a second,
I want to change the angle. Like, let me pause, and like I'll cut it out. I'll just pause it or whatever." So
yeah, or like if we start out and he's like, "Okay, hold on, like we should probably like let other people enjoy this too."
I love that. And my boy and I, well, we make videos for ourselves. I don't really post them, but like just so I can live it out like afterwards. And like we get the same way where it's so fluid, our dynamic. It's like if we're filming something, I can quickly like get up and do that. But like he goes right back into baby space like super quickly, and it just feels natural, and it doesn't feel like work whenever we're together. And it's like, that's what you need to be doing with your life, right? I know it sounds stupid, but it's diapers and stuff. But you're like, when you find something you're passionate about and you can marry the two, the three. I mean, you married your girl, but your love for photography and your love for your dynamic, and like bring it together and create content that helps people feel like even inspired. Like one day maybe I could experience this, like on that level. It's really cool. It's really awesome. Well, I really enjoyed getting to know you guys. You guys are so cool. I definitely want to keep in contact with you, and thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Well, thank you for having us.
It was
awesome talking.
We actually like really enjoy, talking to people about and expressing our.
I know it's not something we get to do often.
It's really
I know. Yeah. It's not like I can have this conversation with my friends. They'd be like, okay, lady, chill. So we'll definitely keep in touch, and thank you guys so much, and we'll talk soon.
For sure.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.